Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how to save or load, in other words use, a roster settings file. The beauty of this is that once you figure out how your list is formatted, what information is contained in it, and all those sorts of details, and you struggle with that for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, and you make it exactly the way you want it, you can save those settings so that you can use that same exact template, if you will, in the future. And the only thing that'll change is the data, which obviously that changes every time somebody goes into the system and touches their information, either changing their profile or changing when they're serving or whatever. So let's get started. From the main menu of Ministry Scheduler Pro, you can see, of course, we start at volunteers. We're going to go back down. We're going to create this special file, and this is part of the roster feature, so we're going to go to Rosterizer. In the lower left corner here is a little window that says Settings. And what I want to do is go down here and say either Save Settings or Load Settings. The first thing I want to do, in this case, I've already created a bunch of settings, so I want to save that file. So I'm going to, you see my cursor's on Save. I'm going to click that, and a new window opens up, and it gives me the option to save that as a name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is going to be called, like it says, the local, not logged in, list, and I've already got that one. I'm going to use this as list 2 just so I can save a new thing. So I say save, and as you can see, it's now saved that here in this listing of information. So, and to use one is, let's just look real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to say included. I'm going to say list arrangement. Notice that here it says group all the volunteers from all ministries into one long list. Now you saw here that I only had a couple others defined lists. I didn't realize this feature was available when I first started doing it, and I'll make several more. But for right now, so I can show you how to do it, I'm going to go to a second setting file and load that so you can see. So again, we're on list arrangement, and we can see this is group all the volunteers from all ministries into one long list. The other thing is that right now the only thing in this list is going to be that person's full name. So let's go down here to settings, and I want to say load settings in this case, and again the same folder opens up. In this case I'm going to do not logged in. This definition that I've created is, click on it, and you can see that that's now highlighted down here in the file name. And once I do that, I'm going to click on open. But basically this list, what it is it's a list that puts all the people in the list, and it orders them by their ministry. So you can see here the included fields. I've got full name, phone, cell, and email. And the arrangement of the list is that I want to group the volunteers from each ministry into separate lists, and it's just going to go right on down the list. If I were to click this button here, I could then say only include these types of people, and I'll show you how that's useful in another application. So again, that's all there is to it. If I say generate roster, it'll create a new file. You'll get a menu like this. You get to go through and say, okay, for this full name, here's how I want you to do it. I want to include the titles or not. In this case, I want the last name first, so I'm going to say okay. And now it's going to ask me to give it a name, and we'll stop there, just because if I do it, it'll pop open the new folder. It'll display everybody's phones and emails and all that sort of stuff, and I really don't want to. I'm going to be putting this on the web for other people to see, and I really don't want to be displaying other people's personal information out there. So basically, if I click on save, that's the end of. In fact, I'll do that, and then I'll see if I can switch the screen out fast enough that you can't see it. So here we're going to hit save, and it says, do you want to replace it? Because I've already got that one in there. I'm going to say no, and I'll put a new one. Roster Demo 2, or demo, just call it demo. We'll hit save, and there it goes. And you can see that I'm going to go back. I did it. It already had that file open. So there you have it. I went back to the main screen so that you couldn't see it, but you might have seen it for a second flash up there. But in any case, hope that helps.